Once celebrated for its youthful vitality and boundless potential, Canada now finds itself grappling with a new reality, a reality where the age scales have tipped and a silver tsunami is slowly blanketing the once vibrant landscape. This is the picture Canada paints in the 21st century, a nation where the promise of eternal youth has given way to the challenges of a rapidly aging population. As baby boomers march inexorably towards their golden years, the very fabric of Canadian society is being stretched and transformed in ways that few could have imagined. The proportion of seniors aged 65 and older has been steadily increasing over the past few decades, and this trend shows no signs of slowing down. This demographic shift is mainly due to two factors: increasing life expectancy and declining birth rates. As people live longer and have fewer children, the population begins to age, bringing with it a host of challenges that Canada will need to grapple with in the years and decades to come. Today, there are over 9,500 centenarians living in Canada, a 16% increase from 2016. Centenarians represent 0.03% of the Canadian population. The population aged 85 and older is one of the fastest-growing age groups, with a 12% increase from 2016. Currently, 2.3% of the Canadian population is aged 85 and older. In 2021, the country recorded over 7.1 million seniors in Canada, representing nearly 19% of the total population. By 2041, it's projected that seniors will make up over 25% of the Canadian population, while the proportion of working-age Canadians will decline from 66% to just 59%. As the demographic imbalance worsens, strains on healthcare systems, social services, and pension programs will likely intensify, threatening to undermine the nation's economic stability and social cohesion. Against this backdrop, Canada finds itself at a critical juncture, a juncture where the choices made today will shape the trajectory of the nation for generations to come. And as the years turn into decades and the decades into generations, one thing becomes crystal clear: Canada will never be the same again. In this video, we will unravel the mystery behind the aging population in Canada, the various ways such economic stagnation stifles population growth, and possible solutions to this menace. Canada's population growth slowed considerably in the second half of the 20th century and has since skyrocketed. Meanwhile, there have been substantial increases in life expectancy over the same time. As a result, the share of Canada's adult working-age population is shrinking, while the share that's 65 years of age or older has been growing. So what does this mean for Canada? There are a number of significant challenges that come with an aging population, and they're issues Canada will have to face in years or even decades to come. One of the most significant issues associated with an aging population is the strain it will put on the healthcare system. As people live longer, they are more likely to develop chronic health conditions like heart disease, diabetes, and dementia, which require ongoing medical care and support. According to a report by the Conference Board of Canada, the cost of providing healthcare to seniors is expected to rise from $29.3 billion in 2011 to over $184.2 billion by 2046. With nearly two-thirds of this spending provided by governments, spending growth will significantly outpace revenue growth for most provinces. This represents a considerable increase in healthcare costs that will need to be borne by taxpayers and the healthcare system as a whole. The sheer magnitude of this increase in healthcare costs is staggering. To put it into perspective, the projected increase in healthcare spending on seniors over the next 3 decades is equivalent to adding the current total provincial healthcare budgets of Quebec, Ontario, and Alberta combined. This underscores the immense financial burden of an aging population on the Canadian healthcare stratum. Moreover, the strain on the healthcare system will not be limited to costs alone. As the number of seniors requiring medical care grows, there will be increasing pressure on healthcare infrastructure, such as hospitals, long-term care facilities, and home care services. Many of these facilities already operate at or near capacity and will require significant investments and expansions to meet the growing demand. There are also concerns about the availability of healthcare professionals to meet the needs of an aging population. population. As more and more seniors require complex medical care, there will be a growing need for specialists in such areas as geriatrics, palliative care, and chronic disease management. The impact of an aging population on the healthcare system will also be felt at the individual level. As healthcare costs rise, there will be increasing pressure on individuals and families to bear a more significant share of the financial burden. This could lead to higher out-of-pocket expenses for prescription drugs, medical equipment, and other healthcare services, which could be particularly challenging for low-income seniors and those living on fixed incomes. Furthermore, the strain on the healthcare system could lead to longer wait times for medical procedures, reduced access to care in some areas, and a decline in the overall quality of care. This could have severe consequences for the health and well-being of seniors and their families and caregivers. And it's not just healthcare costs that will be impacted. Another major challenge posed by an aging population is the strain it will put on Social Security and entitlement programs like Old Age Security and the Canada Pension Plan. These programs are designed to support seniors financially in their retirement years. Still, as the number of seniors grows and the number of working-age Canadians shrink, these programs will become increasingly difficult to sustain over time. These programs are designed to provide financial support to seniors in their retirement years. However, as the numbers of seniors grows and the number of working-age Canadians shrinks, these programs will become increasingly difficult to sustain over time. According to a report by the Office of the Superintendent of Financial Institutions, the Canada Pension Plan is currently only 70% funded, meaning it does not have enough assets to cover its future obligations. As more and more baby boomers retire and begin to draw on these programs, the funding gap will only continue to grow. There's also the issue of a shrinking labor force. As the baby boomer generation, which has long been the backbone of the Canadian workforce, begins to retire en masse, there are simply not enough younger workers to take their place. This is partly due to declining birth rates, which have been falling steadily in Canada for decades. Canada is also among late childbearing countries, with the average age of mothers at the time of delivering being 31.3 years in 2020. According to Statistics Canada, the total fertility rate in Canada dropped from 1.69 children per woman in 2009 to just 1.43 children per woman in 2021, well below the replacement level of 2.1 children per woman needed to maintain a stable population. As a result, the labor force participation rate, which measures the percentage of the adult population working or actively looking for work, is expected to decline significantly in the coming years. The Government of Canada's website projects that the labor force participation rate will fall from 65.7% in 2019 to just 62.2% by 2035, a drop of 3.5 percentage points. This may not sound like a lot, but it represents a significant reduction in the size of the Canadian workforce, with potentially far-reaching consequences for businesses and the economy as a whole. Moreover, a shrinking labor force could also put downward pressure on wages and salaries as businesses compete for a smaller pool of available workers. This could exacerbate income inequality and make it harder for younger workers to achieve financial security and stability. At the same time, it could also lead to increased automation and outsourcing as businesses look for ways to reduce labor costs and maintain profitability in the face of a shrinking workforce. But perhaps one of the most overlooked challenges associated with an aging population is the social and emotional toll it can take on individuals and families. As people live longer, they are more likely to experience the loss of loved ones, including spouses, siblings, and friends. This can lead to feelings of loneliness, isolation, and depression, particularly among older adults who may be living alone or have limited social connections. According to a report by the National Seniors Council, nearly 1 in 4 seniors in Canada report feeling isolated or lonely, and this can have serious implications for their physical and mental health. There are also challenges associated with caregiving as more and more Canadians find themselves responsible for caring for aging parents or other family members. Nearly 1 in 3 Canadians aged 45 and older are providing care to a family member or friend, which can significantly affect their health and well-being. Caregivers are more likely to experience stress, burnout, and depression and may struggle to balance their caregiving responsibilities with work and other family obligations. So, what can be done to address these challenges? There are a few different strategies that countries around the world have used to try to curb the effects of an aging population, including encouraging people to have more children, keeping older workers engaged and productive, and increasing immigration levels to offset population declines. However, many experts argue that Canada's current approach to immigration is not working as well as it could be. While Canada has long relied on immigration to help support population growth and economic development, many immigrants struggle to find work in their fields and end up in low-paying, precarious jobs that don't fully utilize their skills and experience. This can lead to frustration and disillusionment among immigrants and contribute to social and economic inequalities within Canadian society. Moreover, there are concerns about the impact of high immigration levels on wages and job security for Canadian workers and the social and cultural challenges that can come with large-scale immigration. While Canada prides itself on being a welcoming and inclusive society, the reality is that many immigrants struggle to integrate into Canadian society and feel a sense of belonging even after living in the country for many years. To address these challenges, Canada would need to take a more strategic and targeted approach to immigration, focusing on selecting immigrants with the skills and experience that the economy needs and who are likely to succeed in the Canadian labor market. In other words, moving away from a one-size-fits-all approach to immigration. This could involve developing more targeted immigration programs that match immigrants with specific job opportunities and regions of the country, and investing in settlement services and language training programs to help immigrants integrate into Canadian society and build social and professional networks. Addressing the financial implications of an aging population requires prudent fiscal management and long-term planning. Implementing sustainable pension reforms, exploring innovative financing mechanisms for healthcare and social services, and promoting economic diversification to stimulate growth in sectors that cater to aging demographics are crucial steps in ensuring Canada's economic resilience in the face of demographic change. One such approach to mitigating the economic impact of an aging population is to reform Canada's pension and retirement income systems to ensure their long-term sustainability and fairness. As the number of seniors in Canada grows, there will be increasing pressure on programs like Old Age Security, or OAS, and the Canada Pension Plan, or CPP, which provide a basic level of income support for retirees. At the same time, many Canadians are not saving enough for retirement on their own, which could lead to financial insecurity and poverty among seniors in the future. As the demographic imbalance worsens on Canadian soil, strains on healthcare systems, social services, and pension programs are likely to intensify, threatening to undermine the nation's economic stability and social cohesion. Addressing the challenges posed by the aging population in Canada will no doubt require concerted effort from all levels of Trudeau's government, different businesses, communities, and individuals. It's no doubt a collective effort. If you like this video, hit the like button and help us spread the word. And don't forget to subscribe to get notifications on our latest news and analysis. In the meantime, check out one of these videos here to learn more. Thanks for watching.